This video is not sponsored, but by golly, are you going to wish it was? First up, Nvidia. Nvidia is the quiet kid who suddenly got really buff. The situation is honestly impressive because they won the lottery without even buying a ticket. For years, they were just the graphics card company. Gamers loved them. They made good chips. Nobody was calling them world-changing or anything. Then AI exploded, and suddenly everyone realized, oh shit, we need Nvidia's chips to do literally anything. And Nvidia was just standing there like, oh, these old things? Now every single AI company is basically on their knees begging for chips. OpenAI needs them. Google needs them. Meta needs them. Even Apple's probably gonna need them. Their stock went completely insane. People who invested early retired. And Jensen Huang, the father of Nvidia, shows up to events in a leather jacket like he's the coolest person alive. He's got this whole rockstar CEO thing going on, and honestly, right now he kind of has earned it. He built Nvidia from the ground up, stuck with the chip game when it wasn't sexy, and now he's basically the most important person in tech. The kid definitely inherited his timing and his sense of style. But let's be real, they also got super lucky. They weren't trying to build the future of AI. They were making gaming GPUs and accidentally became essential. Right place, right time, right product. Can't hate on that. But they're also not quite the visionaries everyone's making them out to be. They're just very good at what they do. And what they do happens to be exactly what everyone needs right now. Then there's Apple. This is the kid who shows up in a pristine white turtleneck, acts like they invented minimalism, and charges you $50 for a charging cable. Apple's whole thing is making you feel like you're part of an exclusive club. You get an iPhone, then AirPods, then a MacBook, and before you know it, you're trapped. Can't leave now because all your stuff only talks to other Apple stuff. It's brilliant and manipulative and honestly kind of annoying. And they have the audacity to remove features and call it innovation. Hey, we took away your headphone jack. You're welcome. No charging brick in the box anymore because apparently we're saving the environment. But they'll gladly sell you one separately. The confidence is impressive, I'll admit. Most companies couldn't pull that off. Apple does it and people applaud. They take forever to do anything with new technology. Everyone else is sprinting ahead with AI, and Apple's just sitting there like, we'll get to it when we feel like it. And somehow, when they finally do show up late to the party, everyone acts like they invented the whole thing. It's infuriating. It also usually works. Over there is Google. I like to think of them as the overachiever who is having an identity crisis. Google's the straight-A student who's starting to realize that maybe, just maybe, they're not the smartest person in every room anymore, and they are not handling it well. Look, Google did amazing things. They made a search engine so good it became a verb. Gmail changed email. Google Maps means nobody has any idea how to read actual maps anymore. YouTube is a money printing machine. They've got their fingers in everything, and for a long time that worked. But Google also has the attention span of a goldfish. They launch products, get bored, and kill them. Google Plus? Dead. Google Reader? Gone. Inbox? Canceled. They've murdered so many products that there are entire websites dedicated to Google's graveyard. At some point, you have to wonder if they're okay. The real problem started when ChatGPT dropped. Suddenly people were like, wait, do I even need Google anymore? And you could practically hear the panic in Mountain View. Google's been scrambling ever since, pushing out Bard, then Gemini, desperately trying to prove they're still the AI kings. Maybe they are, maybe they're not, but the fact that they're even worried is kind of wild. Next up, OpenAI. OpenAI is that transfer student who showed up, immediately started drama, and somehow became the main character of the entire school. They started as a nonprofit with all these idealistic goals about keeping AI safe and beneficial for humanity. Then they took a bunch of money from Microsoft. Then they released ChatGPT, and the entire world lost its mind. Teachers panicked. Students celebrated. Your mom started using it to write emails, and OpenAI just sat back and watched. Now here's where the family drama gets absolutely wild. Sam Altman is the father of OpenAI, right? And he got literally kicked out of the house by the board of directors, fired, gone. Then within 2 days, Sam was back, and the board members who fired him were out. It was the messiest, most public family drama maybe ever. And somehow OpenAI came out of it even more popular. And then there's Meta. Personally, I like to call them the former quarterback. This is the kid who peaked early and has been desperately trying to recapture that magic. Remember when Facebook was actually cool? When you needed a college email just to join? Yeah, those days are long gone. Meta absolutely dominated for a while. I'll give them that. Everyone was on Facebook. They bought Instagram before anyone realized how huge it would become, which was honestly pretty smart. But then things got weird. Privacy scandals kept piling up. Your aunt started sharing minion memes. Suddenly, being on Facebook wasn't cool anymore, it was just necessary. Like a chore you had to do. So what does Meta do? They panic and start throwing billions of dollars at this metaverse thing that literally nobody asked for. And you can tell this is all coming from Zuck, the father of Meta, who's out here convinced we all want to attend meetings as cartoon versions of ourselves with no legs. Sir, we can barely handle Zoom calls. We're not ready for virtual reality office spaces. The kid clearly gets their stubbornness from him. The annoying part? They're still making ridiculous amounts of money. Instagram keeps printing cash even though everyone complains about the algorithm. WhatsApp has like 2 billion users. So yeah, Meta's still at the popular table. But they're also the person everyone's kind of tired of who keeps buying rounds at the bar, hoping people will like them again. So there's your rundown. Meta's having a midlife crisis. Apple's expensive and smug about it. Nvidia accidentally won the lottery. Google's spiraling. And OpenAI is chaos incarnate. They all need each other, but they'd also probably love to destroy each other given half a chance. That's the dynamic. That's the table. And whether you care about tech or not, these 5 are shaping what your life looks like for the next decade. Where you hang out online, what devices you use, what you can create, how you find information. You can find out more by watching this next video once it's been released. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss it and future uploads.